Experiencing ultra pain. Trademark. Arma 3 Warhammer 40K by RubixRaptor. It's been a hot minute since we've gotten into a 40K video from RubixRaptor in the Arma 3 engine. I always like seeing how these mods go, so I want to see what we're in store today.
Howdy! I got to live my power fantasy of playing as an 8-foot-tall emotionally stunted killing machine today. But before I get ahead of myself, this video is on an operation we did inspired off of Dawn of War Winter Assault, in which the Imperial Guard fought through chaos and orcs in order to recover towering relics of war. Accompanying them are the Ultramarines, everyone's favorite blueberries that can't stop talking about how ultra they are. What they definitely are, though, is durable, and after taking about 1,000 lasbolts playing as them, it's not hard to form a god complex. That is, of course, until you are reminded that there is always a bigger fish.
Yes.
Oh! Unrelated side note though, end of the year video is coming up and might do a Q&A, so if you've ever had a general question about myself or anything we do, leave them in the comments. That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoy the intro, for which our mission maker also based off of Dawn of War, and I will see you around.
No, that's a very good intro. Like, one, it onboards you super quick. Two, it gets you familiar with, if you've experienced that lore, which I have not, right? But there's definitely people to watch this that know exactly what this is talking about. It onboards you into the situation just fine. And for people like me, oh, okay, cool, this explains what's going on. I'm a huge fan of really concise intros, as someone myself who doesn't do really concise intros, and my metrics show this. Right? Like, it's very cool, and I want to applaud creators that are able to engage in a meaningful manner like this. This kind of reminds me, actually, Star Wars Rogue Squadron on the 64. I think it was on a couple of things too, right? But the old Star Wars Rogue Squadron, there were some missions that opened up like this. It's a very effective establishing shot, especially with the voiceover. It's very effective at getting you into a mission. I like it. I'm always surprised at how many bullets the engine can handle.
Orcs. Our work is clear.
Indeed. The Thunderhawk crashed nearby, and it is to us to reach Chaplain Varnus and his Space Marines. More importantly, we must save the Titan's crew. To this task, all considerations, even our lives, are secondary.
What a cool intro.
Holy Lord!
I'm assuming that's a, what is that? That's a heavy bolter, right? The sounds of it are just so crisp. This mod goes hard from the sound alone. There's a whole thing in regards to, you know, you can watch a YouTube video that is, you know, immaculate looking in 4K up to 4K, right? But if it sounds like garbage, if it sounds like right, are you going to necessarily watch it? Versus if you're watching something that is, you know, it's watchable in, you know, 720, right? You know, 1080 starting to push it a little bit, but it sounds amazing, right? Like, you're more likely to watch and or listen to that video. So I think that the fact that this mod author has, I mean, like, you can see some geometry right here. You can see some sharp edges and stuff, but realistically, I mean, like, one, limitations on the engine. Arma 3 is what, 2020, or excuse me, 2013. Like, this engine's like a decade old, and it's still going, it's still kicking, it's still, I would argue, I mean, has more versatility than modern engines and modern AAA games. And the sound is just really, really good. I'm a huge fan of this.
They're dead. You can hear the Cadians over there.
That is a monolith fight.
You can see it over there.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
No, it's not friendly. That's the aim point.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad.
I think we got it. I think we got it.
Yeah, it's dead. We got friendlies coming up. Hello. O'Neil, you're in a bad place. Your measly human body will be vaporized.
I like it. I like the little walker. It's kind of cool.
With the Koshikins. You know what I mean.
You have my thanks and the thanks of the Ultra.
Let us leave this place then. We must take the Talorn defense fortress if we hope to defeat the forces of chaos firmly.
This really starts reminding me of like 90s PC games and early 2000s games where there was establishing shots and narration like this. This is a weird trip back down memory lane for me, right? Like you had things similar in like what Baldur's Gate, you know, like old Baldur's Gate 1, right? That, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, there's differences between that and Enhanced Edition, but like, yeah, you have your established. Even Diablo to a degree, right? It reminds me of some of those cutscenes.
Entrenched upon
We got a
this
Chimera on the right. Green line, straight down the center.
They don't have any heavy weapons. Kill them, rip them apart.
Oh no.
Infantry dudes that are getting pinned down. We're gonna help them out. Let's go.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Holy shit.
How many modern games would you shoot down something like this and you would lose frames? I just want to bring attention to that, right? And once, you know, I've heard in many comments, you know, Arma has issues, I guess, utilizing GPUs. It uses all CPU power. And, you know, the Arma 3 engine doesn't always work. I mean, these are just some of the better shots that you get. I mean, and that's perfectly fair and personally reasonable. There have been many times in modern games where I've, you know, shot at something maybe I shouldn't have, or there's a large explosion than there should, and there is some sort of performance issue tied to that. The fact that this could handle this, maybe not the best 100% of the time, but it can handle it over extended periods and not just outright crash the game, right? This seems fairly stable, right? At least the bits and pieces that we are getting, right? I am just still continue to be impressed by the shots you can get in Arma. Is it necessarily the best 100% of the time? Probably not. But the fact that you can still, for periods and chunks of time, get things like this, that is a mark of a good game.
Multi-laser across the field, don't get hit by it.
Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines.
No damage.
I'm going in chainsword, remember me.
Oh my god, he did it.
I think yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
oh shit! Oh!
Oh, there's bombs.
That actually kind of looks like Monte Carlo from Destiny for a second. It's the AR platform-esque style, and it's got the bayonet. I know it's just a bayonet on, presumably just a bolter, but for some, it just from this angle, it kind of reminded me of Monte Carlo for a second.
Yeah. Oh shit! Oh!
Oh,
Similar
there's
enough, really.
bodies.
The captain is down.
He got lit up.
The little guys.
What is that? That's a big boy.
I see the pilot flopping out.
That poor pilot. That was a skill shot. That was amazing.
There's another. Nice bricks you guys got.
It's only covered.
look at that little guy.
Right now, there is
Oh, he's in the wall. Transcended.
Holy shit! Holy fuck! Those are bombs.
Oh no! That one's just standing there like, wow, I didn't get hit.
Our work is not yet done. There are still pockets of orc resistance across Lorne 5.
Yeah, it's reminding me of some of the cutscenes I've seen for like Diablo 1 and Diablo 2. Not that I played them. I've been very much wanting to get around to those at some point. It's going to take me a while is the only issue. I've never been through them. So like you have the bits and pieces where, what is it? The stranger is talking with whoever has the stupid soul stone, right? It's the prisoner in one of the opening cinematic of, I think it's Diablo 2's expansion, right? Like, I literally can't remember. I'm so sorry. I watched the Dark Lore Dash video on it. I totally can't remember the names though. But it reminds me, it's setting up the lore in that specific way. And I guess I actually kind of miss it, right? Like old RTS games and stuff like that would set this up in a very similar way. You'd have a narrator, you'd have some establishing shots, maybe have some examples of in-engine footage, right? It really just kind of invokes that older game, I almost said retro, older game mentality. And I actually didn't realize how much of a huge fan of it I was. For a while, it's always just been like, oh, in-engine cutscenes, and we see the models move, and we are part of the action. You know, think like Halo 5 Guardians, their establishing shot with Fireteam Osiris going down the mountainside, and they're hitting Covenant left and right. Well, sorry, they're hitting Covenant left and right. Jul and Dama's Covenant splinter right, and we're used to stuff like that in modern day, but it doesn't take a flashy intro like that to really grab interest. You could have an establishing shot of the Wanderer from Diablo 2 just waltzing into a bar, and people poking fun at him, and then things go south really quick. Or in the case of Baldur's Gate 1, which unfortunately, as far as I'm aware, was cut from the remastered version, right? Baldur's Gate remastered, where they kind of go with this more comic book-esque style. How many remember Sarevok from Baldur's Gate, right? And Sarevok just, he is having this animation where he throws open the door at the top of the tower, right? And he grabs the knight and he throws him against the railing, right? And it's very minimalistic. Yeah, it's very campy and of the 90s, right? But I'd argue it's very effective as an intro. Yes, I do love Sarevok and his armor. Oh god, I really need to get around to finishing the old Baldur's Gate games.
Kill every single orc you see.
Oh, he's going in.
The bodies.
Dude, orc bowling. I see, yeah, enemy helicopter inbound. The Floppa chopper is approaching.
Oh no.
Bring it down, bring it down.
Bingus, if you
There's
will.
Another. Jesus Christ.
Trucks down the road. Trucks are coming down the road.
Take care of it, brothers.
They're all dead.
Good job, brothers. You all get gold stars.
I love Ultra Stars.
I only need 3 more Ultra Stars before I get my party. Holy shit. Helicopters up in the air.
Oh, the copters.
Oh no.
Down the hill, brothers. Kill them all.
Amazing.
Look at this orc.
Oh no. The Grub birthday
Dude, this
party.
looks
No.
amazing over here.
This goes hard. This just, it makes you feel like you're in a battlefield in a game
He's
setting.
making a hole through all the goddamn wire. God, do you hear that? It sounds like a can full of pebbles that they're shaking around over there.
He kinda, yeah.
No, the chopper.
All of these sounds are just so crisp and they make sense, right? It's not like you have a, something like a bolter and it sounds like a 9mm, right? It's not like something is a small arms fire and it suddenly sounds like a Gauss cannon, right? It's the fact that everything makes sense and everything just has a good quality to it, which I underestimate because there's other games that completely botch the sound design or they botch the reloading animations, right? And it just takes you out of it, right? If a game has a good LMG animation to reload versus a bad LMG animation to reload, you do realize it, especially because generally in games, you spend a lot of time reloading LMGs.
Come for us.
Get the Floppa choppers.
It's raining orc gyrocopter.
Yes, it is.
There's an orc. The little guy's trying to fight him.
Oh no. He tried his best.
Don't fight it in melee.
There's just a lot of firepower on that thing. That is a bigger platform. I'm assuming harder to penetrate too because of the armor. Alright, it went down.
Good shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Live.
We have more upgrades in here, brothers. The red
Live,
crate.
2,
The red
1.
crate.
Oh!
Nice.
Okay, basically we're just gonna have a big push with the knights, the guardsmen. We're gonna scatter, not too much, but basically wherever you feel there's more combat.
I'm waiting to see if this is the Bosnian Knights going to show up or if this is before its time.
It's dead.
Stay down, my children.
Straight down the center on the purple line for now.
Just mowed down.
Get two of them.
Absolutely smacked.
Yeah, fuck that.
Kill
that little guy.
The Windows sound still kills me because God, I used to listen to the Windows startup and shut down sounds. I'm so sad they got rid of the iconic sounds.
Yeah! Chaos Armor responded.
Holy guacamole, what the? Is that a space marine?
Probably. What?
Space Marines. What's up? You guys okay? Been better.
Been better.
Oh, I need to reload. Give me a second.
Oh no!
Hey, I'm fine. Don't worry.
He lived. It's all good.
Hey, Brad,
Oh my God!
I may have done an oopsie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, everything broke. Everything broke. I think I might need to take a Xanax.
The skull's almost complete.
We got Valkyries coming in.
4 or 5 take us out. This out.
Oh no! The
Oh, look at
physics!
that fast little guy.
I kind of like these smaller ones. I mean, it kind of remind me of the just a faster, what is it, ATST, right? They kind of remind me of just faster version of those that are just a little bit more armored. I kind of dig it actually.
Dude, he does track. You can see it.
Man, get the cover. Let the knights take the brunt. Let's fucking kill them.
I saw that skull and I was just like, I immediately thought of Payday because it looks a little bit like the Payday skulls. Necromorph noises. No, I dig it. You enter the stronghold, and the opening gambit is between 2 knights on each side. I actually really like that from just a tactical and battlefield standpoint. Oh, gone.
Holy fuck.
I killed him. I had to kill my brother. These whelps were nothing to the power of money bag.
I mean, it also feels like you're pushing too. A lot of it is that the players are making this. I'm sure some of this you could replace with AI, but the fact that this feels like an organic push, where I mean, how many times have we had a game, AAA game or not, where it's, you know, we follow this marker and it's, you know, we get to a certain point or we fulfill a certain quest objective, event flag, and it's like, oh, well, then everything ceases. And it's just like, well, that doesn't feel like much of a push. It feels like we just fulfilled the requirements for the event flag or triggered the event flag, and now everyone is just kind of gone or everyone retreats, right? This feels like an organic push, and I really like this. I do think that there are some game companies, not necessarily the devs, because the devs are only told what management wants them to do, right? There are some executives, there are some, you know, upper management in regards to gaming, especially in the AAA industry, that could take notes from things like this. Am I saying they need to be like them? No, not exactly. But what I'm saying is take notes in what makes things feel organic, what makes things fun, what makes things feel immersive. Because, you know, I'm kind of glad that we're over QTEs. Like that was a wild time, and I think some games definitely got marred by QTEs. As somebody that enjoyed a lot of Resident Evil 5, and I think the Switch version, I think they actually got rid of QTEs on a certain either difficulty or you could just turn them off. And I think there's mods on PC to turn it off as well for RE5 on Steam. But what I can say in regards to that is, it just kind of, I understand why they did it, and I understand it's a product of its era. It, when utilized incorrectly, is just wild. Like, think Shadow of Mordor, right? Shadow of Mordor, final boss was a QTE, right? And how just it felt like you got robbed. Yes, it's a very quick button sequence. Yes, it's a very, you want to feel like you're still doing things and not just watching a cutscene. I feel like from a standpoint, gaming standpoint, from a consumer standpoint, it robs you of that finale, if you will.
How you doing, Meyer?
Great. This is actually going pretty well.
Why, you look so old today.
Probably.
No. What happened to that dude? What the?
Dude got just obliterated. Is what
Nothing must
happened.
break through the forward line. Build turrets to bolster our defenses and reinforce the forward line with more firepower.
Hey, where did Jet go? He's in a secure bunker 7 miles down.
Saddam Hussein diagram.
Oh no.
Okay, boys, enemies are now incoming. Keep your eyes out.
What is that noise? What? What's happening? What?
Behind you.
I like that. I like that.
Right.
I like that its angle of descent went straight to like a 45 down. It was. I saw that. I saw how the animation shifted. It's still fairly good though.
I'm with the AA gun squad right now. We only have one AA gun.
Oh no, that's a problem. Jesus.
Prime like bacon, Jay.
Oh my god, the fact that the engine can handle that and suffer minimal performance loss is actually quite good. Flamethrowers can be weirdly taxing.
It's so toasty out here. The Space Marines? Hey, careful, it's raining Space Marines.
I heard that Pyro TF2 noise. I heard it. That made me flash back to Gmod Idiot Box and a bunch of other cool stuff.
Around here.
Amazing.
Burned the entire drop pod.
Yeah, you did. It looks like a Covenant drop pod a little bit.
Holy shit!
I mean, only so many ways to make a drop pod. Ooh!
Damn, they got vapor.
Oh, whatever that gun is, I like it.
Oh my god.
Nice lead. It's not hit scan either, so you have to lead your shots. I like it. I mean, there are games that like Titanfall too. Like, I've been going back and playing it recently with my buddy, and there's a bunch of guns that aren't like, was it the Kraber? The Kraber isn't hit scan. Something like the Car is hit scan, but like the Kraber is not hit scan, so you have to actually lead your shots. I'm a fan of both. I think you can have certain things that are hit scan, and I think they make sense, right? Sidearms to a degree. If you can even this is a P plus custom sidearm or something like that in the game, right? And okay, no, this makes sense. It's a lore reason for it to be hit scan versus something like the Kraber. It is a giant, giant bullet, giant round, and it takes a little bit of time to get to the target. But the trade-off is that if you hit your shot, it's a one shot from anywhere, right? Versus a DMR, which has a little, it bridges that gap between fully leading a shot and hit scan. Like, it still has a projectile that still has to travel, but you're rewarded if you can hit your headshot, and you do massive damage if it's not a headshot, right? I mean, there's things like that you can consider as well. And things like this, I would love to design an FPS. I don't know enough about it. I don't know if I would probably use UE5 if I did. And I'm sure there's classes and stuff out there. I'm sure there's YouTube guides out there that I think you could do some interesting things with an FPS. I think you could make certain hitboxes that are just that are more realistic, so to speak, right? I mean, hitting your foot will incapacitate you versus, a headshot versus a heart shot, things like that, right? Center of mass does X amount of damage, headshot does always fatal damage, that kind of thing, right? I feel like there could be a lot of cool things that I could design with an FPS, but getting to that point is kind of the issue, and I don't know our UE5 enough. But the things of like what I would like to do and why I look at game design, why I delve deeper into the why does this work versus why does this not work, right? Like you could argue Battlefield 2042 does, I guess, kind of similar things, right? And realistically, I mean, to a degree, from a certain point of view, yeah, it does. It does wide-scale warfare, but there are certain things in 2042 that I just do not like. Where in this has a unique enough feel. It looks fun. It sounds great. It feels like it's fun to play, and it feels immersive. I couldn't get into 2042 in the same ways. I have a lot of projects I'd like to do, but it's time.
Oh shit,
no.
What is that? Oh no. Oh.
This is a really cool warp effect, actually. It's just lightning effects that are drawn in a circle, and then that fills up.
What is that?
No, it doesn't even fill up. It just it's just the glow around it. Very, very unique. That harkens back to like using a 2-dimensional fire asset and rotating it to always face the player from older games. 100%.
No.
It's a neat way of using that to get across the effect.
Southwest, if you would like to see a night duel.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Wow.
House Moneybags wins!
That looks fun. that was a really entertaining duel, actually. That's a big boat ship thing. What is a ship but a boat in the sky? Think about it. This was really, really cool, actually. I thoroughly enjoyed this. And if you enjoyed this, even if you didn't enjoy this, right, didn't enjoy the action or the amount of pausing that I did, right, go check out the original video. Go check out RubixRaptor's channel. Him and Igniscore put out awesome work. The outro, it's not the outro I was expecting, but it's the outro that works for this. This is great. This was an entire production, and I love this. As I said, go check out RubixRaptor, awesome creator. And yeah, let me know what your favorite part of this was. Let me know if you've tried out these mods, this mod in particular. Let me know what your thoughts on the Ultramarines are and the context that I'm missing in it. Let me know if you've dealt with UE5 and if you think that I bring good points up in terms of game design or even me wanting to develop a FPS. I mean, I have things that I can do. It's just a matter of I can hop on stream one day probably. Developing an FPS, developing a TCG. I mean, these things aren't necessarily out of my ability to do. I mean, I know I can do some of it. It's just getting enough time to do it off of work and stuff like that. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the description. All that fun stuff. Definitely go check them out, and I will see you all in the next one.